Do you live under the constant fear of losing your job to generative AI? Do you stay up all night wondering if your skills are going to get obsolete? Do you want to find ways that you can stay relevant in your job? Towards the end of this video, I'm going to give you 3 tips that are going to ensure that you stay relevant in a world that is increasingly being influenced by artificial intelligence.
What the hell are you talking about, Akshai?
Welcome to Akxalted. My name is Akshai. I've been a data scientist and an operations leader for a good part of 2.5 decades, where I worked for large healthcare and financial organizations, saving them millions of dollars through the use of business process improvements, automation, robotics, and machine learning. And I've also had the privilege of leading large teams, which means that I have a balanced view between how workforces engage with technology, and I would like to talk about both. Picture this: you've walked into work this morning, just like you've done for the last 20 years for the organization that you've been loyal with. And then you realize the HR employee wants to talk to you and says, your job doesn't exist anymore because you just got replaced by generative artificial intelligence. Does this sound like science fiction, or are you already seeing this happening at the workplace? In basic terms, artificial intelligence is a set of tools or technologies that mimic human action. It's as simple as that. And a subset of it is generative artificial intelligence, which generates, hence the word generative, generates music, text, images, and videos. And that's the difference between artificial intelligence and generative artificial intelligence. And most of the productivity tools that you're engaging with, and you heard about nowadays, is primarily generative artificial intelligence, which is seeped in through Copilot, ChatGPT, and a whole bunch of other tools. So all this hype and hoopla that you've been hearing about artificial intelligence, how true is it? Has it really made such big strides that we need to be worried about it? In healthcare, for example, artificial intelligence has done amazing things with medical imaging, X-rays, MRIs, CT scans. Diagnosis is a lot more easier and faster. The research time that it takes to discover drugs has drastically reduced, all thanks to AI. It has made some big strides, and those who work in healthcare definitely know that. Let's talk about content creation and marketing. Marketing has become a lot more specific because it targets the right kind of audience. Customer conversion and customer engagement has seen a dramatic boost. Automated writing has become such a breeze, and we continue to see that getting better and better. Writers are getting freed up from doing mundane tasks and getting into more complex work. So that's the difference. Have you seen those gorgeous images and texts that come out of generative AI? It's made it easier. You can imagine something and create those pictures and videos a lot easier than it would take for you to sit and animate. I dabble with watercolor art and digital art quite frequently. So I know the amount of human effort that it takes. It is that easy to generate all these images and videos that are so hyper-realistic. So with that, the demand for folks who can do more niche stuff just multiplies. So people want to get rid of the mundane stuff. We know AI is going to take care of it. What can you do better than that? When it comes to software, code generation has become a lot faster. So code that's been written or can be rewritten is much faster. Talk about conversion of legacy code. Ancient code lost in the archives of the hidden temple can just be converted now to more relevant and new age code. Customer support, you already are engaging with a whole bunch of artificial intelligence driven bots and virtual assistants. So that's already a reality. So let's talk about what are the growing fears amongst the workforces. Number one on that list is job displacement. Many fear that they're going to get replaced very, very soon. It's because their skills are not relevant in that area anymore because tools have penetrated into the workforce, which are moving really, really fast. Nearly 41% of our workforce believes that they're either going to be impacted or getting replaced by artificial intelligence in the market sometime soon. To Gen Z and millennials, 50% of them believe that they're going to get replaced pretty soon. Fear number two is skill obsolescence. Are my skills relevant anymore? Can I continue to hold on to my job? Fear number three is inequality. The more these tools get better, the differentiation between high-skilled workers and low-skilled workers, the gap is more exacerbated. It's exaggerated. The organizations and management would shift more towards ensuring the higher skilled workers are retained. Ethical and legal risks of generative AI from a workplace, that's more from an employer and organization standpoint. A lot of employees are also scared about the usage of artificial intelligence and how it might violate our privacy. Also, by keeping a track of how many hours you work, what's your quality looking like, were you completely engaged for the entire 9 hours that you were working. There are things people can do to make sure that their skills don't get obsolete and they stay relevant. And that's what I want to talk about. Here are my 3 tips to ensure that your skills stay relevant in a market that is increasingly influenced by artificial intelligence. Number 1, technical skills. You've got to be able to interpret, analyze, and use data on a regular basis. Programming, R, Python, and SQL, these are the most relevant when it comes to machine learning and artificial intelligence, and it's quite prevalent. Just get on YouTube and get a bunch of tutorials on how to code with R, Python, and SQL. Start with simple code. Write a few lines and see how it works, see how it interacts, get better at it, then start using more complex code to build better programs. That's how I started, and that's how it helped me. Tip number 2, interpersonal skills. 2 of the things that artificial intelligence just cannot replace is emotional intelligence and leadership qualities. Not anytime soon. There are a lot of courses, tutorials, and videos that can help you boost your EQ, your interpersonal skills, and your communication skills so much more better, and engaging with people, understanding problems, and solving for it gets easier. So if you're interested in being in management and leadership roles, this is the best time. Join leadership seminars, courses. And I'm not saying managers and leaders cannot be replaced by artificial intelligence. They could. The frontline employees are far more impacted than leaders and managers. Find a mentor in your organization who can help you get in that direction. Read a lot of books on leadership. It really, really helps. Tip number 3, cognitive skills. If you're a creative person and you are also a critical thinker, this is going to be good for you. Your ability to analyze problems, solve them, is going to be very crucial. Puzzles and all kinds of games that can stimulate the mind and help you in solving complex problems. Critical thinking will take you a long way when it comes to this, so work on that particular skill. If you are a creative person, continue to engage in your creative pursuits. It really will make sure that it sort of separates you from these tools. Get into more niche art, create some edgy stuff, and get good at it. So what are the practical steps you can take to acquire all these skills that I talked about? So free up some time, enroll in online courses. There are a lot of good courses available out there. Coursera, EDX, Udemy. So free up some time and enroll into one of these courses. Find seminars or conferences that you can attend on these topics to ensure that you build your skills there. Join these online communities, discourses, chats about these topics, which really ensures that you get exposed to a lot of concepts that really make a difference. It requires you to be a little dedicated in terms of reducing your entertainment time and focusing on your skill building time. This requires some amount of discipline and practice. It's not easy, but nothing in life comes easy, right? Seek mentorship at your workplace. There are a lot of good mentors out there who are waiting to be acknowledged. Talk to them and say, hey, I've always admired your work. You do some relevant, cutting edge stuff for the organization. I would like to engage with you. I would like to learn from you. Reach out to them and ask for help. They'd be more than happy to help. If they don't feel like helping, or the worst they're going to say is no, maybe you chose the wrong role model. If they're not, and they're very helpful and kind and good, there it is. You've already gotten into the club. All the stuff that we talked about, cognitive skills, interpersonal skills, technical skills, practice, and apply. Find ways to apply it in your day-to-day work. Highlight your skills. I can also bring these ideas to the organization and find either a Six Sigma expert or an automation expert to discuss these ideas and try and ensure that we bring more productivity and quality into the workplace. So you by default become an employee of additional value. So the more valuable you are, the more secure you are. I know it might not seem easy at first, but always try to stay updated about emerging technologies and trends that could potentially have an impact on your specific industry and job. Do not cave into fears, worries, anxieties. Instead, have a clear plan to consistently stay educated, skilled, and relevant on new skills and topics. Value is equal to security. You must be valuable and continue bringing additional value to your job each day. The only way you can ensure that your job continues to stay secure, even in a volatile environment, is by being an asset to your organization. This might take some practice, but try not to get too emotional about your employment. Instead, stay focused, work hard, and deliver. But once you're done for the day, try to mentally disassociate yourself from all that is happening at work. Remember, you, your health, your happiness, and your family are way more important than your job. If you found value in this video, consider checking out this other one and hitting the like button so YouTube can recommend similar stuff for you in the future. So until the next one, ciao.
What the hell are you talking about, Akshay?